been nearly 4 years since the last time I've been in the Pacific Northwest. I forgot just how magical this place really is. From the lush green vegetation to the crystal clear glacial streams and rivers, this place really does feel like it's out of a fairy tale. Although I've been here once before, I really didn't understand the magnitude of the beauty that awaited me. What a spot for an introduction to a new episode of season 3 here. Made it to Mount Rainier National Park. I drove 12 and a half hours yesterday, basically from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. And I was just so exhausted. I found this really pristine, amazingly quiet campsite just like in the forest just outside Mount Rainier. This morning I drove in and I didn't really know what I was getting myself into, but I came across this beautiful lake just at the base of Mount Rainier and just watched the sunrise hit the peaks. And as you guys know, this is one of my favorite things to do in the mountains. Just really grateful to be here and experience a morning as beautiful as this. It is the Friday of Labor Day weekend, so I am expecting a very busy park. I heard this park is busy in general, and I just got to the top of the Paradise area here, which is one of the sections, the 4 sections of the park, and the parking lot is already quite busy, but I'm excited to do the Skyline Trail today. And I think it's gonna be one of those things, like, I don't know when to stop filming Rainier because it just looks so beautiful no matter where I'm at. And it's just like, no matter which way you turn or drive, there's like an amazing view. I don't know, I'm just like overflowing with stoke. And we are on our way around the Skyline Trail here. I think it's only like 4 or 5 miles round trip, and it's a loop, which is cool rather than an out and back. So we should be able to see new views and new vistas like the whole way. I can't describe how stoked I am to be in the mountains and exploring new places. Like, this place is just beautiful, and it just goes to show how many endless places there are. Trying out some new gear, got some new hiking shorts. I'm also carrying more stuff in my backpack, so I'm trying to see sort of what works, what doesn't work, and trying to find what the limit is. I'm constantly trying to improve the videos and the filming, the cinematography, so I brought some other tools because it's a shorter hike that I can kind of test out. So we'll see how that goes.
There's a new day that will come again tomorrow. There's a new day to wash away the pain. There's a new day to take away your sorrow and the old ways get washed out by the rain. Darling, you've got to keep promise you this. If you try to get some sleep, if you give up the fight, if only just
I gotta say, this place is like almost pissing me off with how beautiful it is. Doesn't matter like which direction you look, you're just surrounded by amazing views. So I think we lucked out that Rainier is pretty clear, you can see it, because the other way, I'm not really sure what it is. It looks like there's a fire burning just kind of down the range there. So it is quite smoky, but to be able to see Rainier just like the whole time, it's pretty spectacular. So right now we're starting to enter. Let's see if you guys can see it. Like we're kind of starting to enter that really alpine-esque terrain where you're like out of the forest and it's pretty rugged and rocky, and that's just my most favorite thing. So it's amazing how packed the parking lot was and sort of like that main visitor center area, but as soon as you sort of get up on the trail, it's not as crowded as you would think it was based on the parking lot. So I'm just overwhelmed.
there's a new day to leave behind your troubles. There's a new day, and it will set you free. There's a new day to get you through your struggles. I will always think of you and me. Darling, you've got to keep holding on through the night, 'cause I promise you this. If you
Guys, we're getting mighty close to Rainier, closest we've been.
if you give up the fight, if only just
Look at the view behind us though. Get your finger out of the way.
there's a new day.
Man, it's gorgeous.
Waiting for us. There's a new day waiting round the bend. There's a new day, and it will restore us.
So for the first time in the hike, we have lost the views of Mount Rainier, even though the views this way are gorgeous, but we're on the final ascent. It's pretty gnarly, sort of like just loose shale rock as we get much higher. So final push, and I bet the views once we get up there are gonna be unreal. We should be kind of around the base of Rainier, but this is just nuts. It's safe to say that my life feels complete. Being able to see Rainier like this and hiking right up to the base of it was something I didn't know that I needed to do in my life. It is quite the sight to see, especially when you get up close and you start to see like the glaciers and just the different crevasses and like the actual details of the mountain. It really is spectacular. I'm not sure if I've done a more beautiful hike or been in a more beautiful area before, but just really grateful that I'm up here. So I think it's only right to enjoy a nice lunch, and I feel like I could just stare at this mountain all day. So this might be kind of gross to some, but this is a freaking bathroom up on the top of the mountain. It's like in the side of the mountain. They put like a urinal, another little spot here. It's like, I've never seen anything like this before, so I had to check it out, and it was splendid on our descent, so pretty cool. Good on ya.
Train ride just to see you, ride for hours just to please you. You don't know how much
The evening adventure is a very short, about a 1 to 1.2 mile trek out to these two lakes, Bench Lake and Snow Lake. I'm still in the Paradise area, but I saw that these are kind of cool, like subalpine lakes, and so I figured for sunset it could be cool to come to one of these. Only one of them gives you views of Rainier though, Rainier, so I think it's Bench Lake. I'm gonna check them out and see which one gives us the better view, because it's right there.
home away from being alone.
Well, based on some information that I got from other hikers on the trail, I decided to skip the first lake, which was Bench Lake, altogether, even though it had views of Rainier, and I came right to Snow Lake, which sits at the base of, I guess that's called the Unicorn Peak. So I figured, even though we don't have Rainier views, this is still pretty damn spectacular. The reason why I came here is that the water here is a lot more like turquoise blue. The other lake I saw from a distance definitely looked a little bit more like muddy green. So I really just came here for the watercolor and to showcase another aspect of Rainier here. But the hike was kind of no joke. I'm dripping sweat. I was kind of pushing pretty hard to get up here, and there's a lot of like stairs uphill. So might even just go for a quick dip in here.
I don't wanna stay with you, just to have to leave. If it isn't meant to be, you'll still be here eternally. I don't wanna say goodbye, I have just arrived. If it isn't meant to be, you'll still be here eternally.
I just spent the last 20 or 30 minutes about driving around forest roads here outside the park in the Pinoche or something like that, National Forest, and I cannot find a camp spot, or at this point just like a spot to park for the night. Ended up cutting my hiking mission a bit short because I wanted some of the daylight to help find a spot, and we're actually losing that. The camera's actually making it look brighter than it really is. So I think the biggest thing is that it's late Friday of Labor Day weekend, so a lot of people are out enjoying the wilderness. Totally sick first day at Rainier, from an amazing sunrise at Reflection Lake to, you know, hiking right up to Rainier and then ending the day, you know, underneath Unicorn Peak. So anyways, let me know what you guys thought of it. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see all of you guys in the next video. Stick around, as this, I'm gonna try to do all this as like a series or whatever. So peace out.
Ride for hours just to